So not everyone wakes up in the morning and says to themselves, you know what I want to be when I grow up? A halakhically observant, conservative, and/or liberal Orthodox Jew. But for those of us that do, because, say, our values of halakhic observance and social progressiveness take us there, we face very significant challenges, very enormous challenges. You see, for people in this camp, we absolutely need Jewish outreach from the conservative and liberal Orthodox segments. Because people seeking to be halakhically observant Jews and live socially progressive lives fundamentally lack the tools that they need to practically accomplish these goals. So people in this camp have 2 to 3 options, I'd say, aside from going to rabbinical school, which is a terrific option, absolutely terrific. But if you're at the beginning of your religious journey, it might feel more like a quantum leap than a logical next step. So practically speaking, you have 2 options, and they both involve compromise on one of your core values. So one of them would be to explore one of the wonderful right-wing Orthodox outreach groups that's focused on teaching halakhic observance. And you'll learn a lot there. But if social progressiveness is something that's part of Torah true Judaism for you, then that might be something you'll find lacking in that space. Now, alternatively, you can engage with one of the wonderful socially progressive Jewish outreach groups that exist. But you also may find that they lack it might not have the full extent of the halakhic observance focus and teaching that's Torah true for you in your conservative and/or liberal Orthodox space. And so you can see this is a significant challenge. And you may be saying to yourself, are those really the only options? Are there any other options I can explore? Like, we live in a world with the internet, right? I mean, can I Google it, right? Can I just figure it out by Googling it? I can use Wikipedia, I can read articles, I can read books, I can go attend classes here and there, talk to people here and there, and take advantage of the limitless information I have at my disposal. But for somebody at the beginning of their religious journey, limitless information can feel, at the very least, very overwhelming, right? Where do we even begin? How do we begin to filter this information, this limitless information, filter it and prioritize it and apply it to our lives in a healthy way? Take the Talmud, for instance. Terrific, I would say, book, but series of books, right? And that it's written in such a way that for you to read one line, the authors have assumed you've already read and digested the entire thing. So clearly, we need a little bit of help on this journey, right? And so that's where, and I think that's why the issue here is that people in this space fundamentally lack the tools they need to achieve their goals. So what do we need from the halakhically observant yet socially progressive community to achieve these goals? Well, to start, we need rabbis, right? But we don't just need rabbis. We need rabbis that are focused full-time on bringing people closer to halakhic mitzvot. Now take our pulpit rabbis, for instance. Terrific people with a lot of terrific things to offer. But they have congregations of hundreds, if not thousands of people, which means that their jobs, when it's not consumed in the day-to-day of running their shul's activities, they have life cycles, bar, bat mitzvahs, weddings, funerals, brites, I don't know what the plural of that is. And so they're very busy people. And of course, I would hate for them to walk away from all of that just because I walked in with an endless list of questions about how to be an observant Jew. Rather, we need people to complement those roles, to bring people who are not yet in a shul, who don't yet know what it means to them to be a halakhically observant Jew in a socially progressive setting. And I think there are a lot of organizations that do a great job of teaching halakhic observance, but sometimes those organizations are in a space that might feel very socially to the right, very, very rightmost. And so for those of us who need to be in a more progressive space to fundamentally digest that information, it is so critical that we have Jewish outreach that is in the conservative and liberal Orthodox space, so people seeking to become halachic halakhically observant yet progressively social Jews can achieve their Jewish goals. Thank you very much.